long-winded answer. So there you go. Yes.
Okay, so in like, the deleted scenes of Boondock Saints, there was like the whole thing with your mom and like the whole debate about who's older.
Just spit it out. Spit it out.
Who's older?
Just. Solid. One for that, Amy. Zip it up. Really, it's the difference between a Tic Tac and a slightly bigger Tic Tac.
Curse the Irish.
They call us BOWG, below average white guy. What are you gonna do? Anybody else?
You guys draw.
What was it like working on the set of Saw? Would you ever think of doing other horror films?
You know, I'll tell you this. You know, I've kind of made it. You know, there's celebrities and there's actors. Well, see if Rita said anything else. There's celebrities and there's actors, and I've always kind of been an actor. You know, I've never been like a marquee player. I can walk down the street and people are like, that guy kind of looks like the dude that did something. You know, they keep going. You know what I mean? It's not like they're like, oh my fucking God! It's, you know. So I've made a career out of doing films that don't come out, you know? I've done 50-something films, and you guys probably know 5 of them, you know? And so it was really, really cool to do a film that you knew was gonna open in 2,000 theaters. It's like, shit, the work I'm doing is gonna get seen. That was just, in itself, was like, holy shit! I'm not doing this going on, fucking the odds are no one's gonna see this shit. You know, some of the things I'm most proud of, there's a film called Into the Fire that I don't think anybody's seen. It's a killer film, you know, and it just, for whatever reason, doesn't get the marketing, the release, the financing company goes belly up. And so it was really neat to be a part of something that you knew had a fan base, that you knew was going to open in 2,000 theaters, and that people were going to actually see. Having said that, I loved doing it. It was really cool looking at all the traps and everything, and it was just, anytime you do a studio movie like that, it's so well funded. Every part of it is just very well done. From the costumes to the sets, they just have the money to do it right, you know?
What was the original distribution of the Saints then?
Say it again?
What was the original distribution number of the Saints to theaters?
Well, the original, same thing with the Boondock Saints. There's only one reason that you guys saw the Boondock Saints, because of you motherfuckers. You know, there's something, it's like, you know, when I grew up, I've been an audiophile my whole life, been into music, and when you find that band that nobody's ever heard of, and it's just fucking beautiful, you literally go, I don't like that guy very much, but fuck it, listen to this. don't play it to him. Don't fucking play it to him. But fucking check this. You know, that's the way you are. And with Boondock, it was like literally, they didn't release it. There was no advertising, but Blockbuster saw it and they're like, you know what? Let's put a couple copies on the shelf. Well, those people rented it and they turned their friends onto it. And suddenly, like, people are coming and going, hey, can I get that Boondock movie? Oh, it's out of stock. They're like, fuck, order some more of those Boondocks. It went to 4 copies, to 8, to a whole shelf, to a whole section, to a whole fucking wall. From nothing more than you guys saying, hey, check this movie out. You know, in the military, it's going from barrack to barrack to barrack. It's just, it's a phenomenon that's like, you know, there's no recipe for cult success. There's none. You can't shoot it. Like, what are you gonna do? It's like, anytime you hear like a musician, well, I'm gonna release my next hit. You know, what the fuck's that? It's not gonna hit until 1 million motherfuckers buy it. You can try to release, you know, that's like saying, oh, I'm gonna make a blockbuster movie. Well, you don't fucking know that until people go and buy tickets, you know? But somehow, organically, through no advertising, through no P&A, through no push by the studio, friends turned their buddies onto it in a very possessive way. So the fan base is like, that's why part 2, they didn't release it wide. Because they didn't want to offend the fan base and like, oh, fuck, now it's for everybody. You know, it almost wanted to be, we're going to put it in 60 theaters and you guys can fucking buy the DVD. You know, it was like that. And it has its own following, but those fans are more possessive with that than most are with lovers. You know, it's a lot like music and your favorite song. You pull up to a stoplight, and a band that you found that just kills you, you fucking love it, and you look over and there's a douchebag driving some fucking stupid car, listening to it, you're like, fuck him!